Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Virgo placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Virgo, Happy New Year. You're the first reading of this new year. It's been quite a chaotic week for me, so I haven't had the opportunity to do a reading until today. And you are next on the list, Virgo. So to start off your reading, I'm getting a bit of a Mars energy coming through. We're still in a Mars retrograde, but it will be moving back into Cancer starting on January 6th, which is interesting depending on how this Mars retrograde has been affecting you, because it could be something where, I don't know, the Mars in Leo retrograde has personally been a bit chaotic for me. So if maybe you're feeling the same way, or it might not be for you, but in this Mars retrograde, there could be sort of like old conflict sort of like bubbling again, maybe to get some closure is how it's coming through, or in some way like you're learning something from it. There is this Virgo reading that I was being reminded of that I did a month or two ago. I'll link it above in case there are any messages in there for you, but there may be something about that reading which was talking about like Virgo having an eye on the past before moving forward with the future, to sort of like close it out, or to make sure that like nothing from the past is going to affect the future, like that. It's that kind of energy that I'm kind of getting for you, but that there's like closure or like an ending in that energy. So there may be something like that for you, but otherwise, Virgo, I'm just going to start pulling cards. Okay. Wounded Harpy Eagle. This is a card about something that you may feel actually quite strong at, feels kind of like vulnerable at the moment. Like there's something where it's like you're being asked to expand something new, but I feel like there's another card that could have come out to explain that. I feel like this is more so talking about like maybe you're not feeling 100% strong in something at the moment. One second. Yeah, even what is strongest is vulnerable. Give rest to what you usually rely on, and instead access less developed parts of yourself or your life. Adapt to an inverted experience. This archetype is a reminder to be aware of the impermanence and vulnerability of even those things that seem so solid in yourself and in your life. So first you must notice what you're relying on. Most of us lean into strengths we don't even know we have, so it can be helpful to ask those closest to you what they see as your innate strength. It can be the same way with our relationships, environments, and practices. We don't notice just how much we lean on the steady constants in our life until we can't lean on them. Okay, so maybe there's something in your life, whatever the situation is for you, especially with this Mars energy, which is coming through with iron from the Alchemy deck, the structures that we rely on. So there could be something that is like normally very reliable for you, but right now it isn't, is how it's coming through. So maybe you're being asked to sort of like explore a different, perhaps way of doing things, where it's like you have to start, I don't know, maybe developing something else that maybe is not natural to you or is not as strong. Because right now, something about what's really strong and reliable for you is not. It's not reliable at the moment. Okay. The setting sun sings the song of unmaking. This is kind of like a hanged man energy, of course, from the imagery, but it also talks about like unmaking something, It's not quite destroying. It's not quite, it's almost like unraveling something. I feel like you're unraveling something. There's a bit of this energy where it's like something that's like very solid. So it kind of feels like a Ten of Pentacles energy, but it's like it's like either something about it is changing where it kind of feels like you have to unravel it in whatever way. Something Ten of Pentacles related, it feels like, or just any kind of like solid structure. And then you have all intelligent tentacles, which is the octopus. A peach so ripe at the bottom of the deck. Okay, this octopus card talks about complexity. Well, that's what's coming through. I'm not sure if that's what's in this guidebook, but there's something complex or kind of complicated about the situation. Trust the knowing of your body. Contemplate the particular intelligence of all things. Pretend you know nothing, and notice how that expands your curiosity and your perception. Okay, interesting. Octopi and other cephalopod classes are extremely intelligent, but they don't have a central nervous system. Their intelligence is spread throughout their body. Imagine if your hand could make complex assessments and decisions without first checking in with your brain. That's how the tentacle of the octopus operates. It has its own smarts and its own curiosity. Okay, get out of your own head. Okay, there's a couple of messages coming through where it's like, sometimes things like pain, right? Like, let's say, like, the example that's coming through is that, like, if you put your hand, like, if you accidentally touch, like, the hot stove, for example, right? Your hand will recoil before your brain can process, like, to tell your hand to do that. That's what's coming through here. So it's kind of like, because there's, like, almost like an instinct is how it's feeling. So maybe there's something like that for you. The word recoil is really coming through very strongly. Maybe there's something in your environment that's causing that sort of reaction, like a recoil, or like like a very quick withdrawal, like that kind of thing, like something where it's like in response to a particular stimuli is how it's coming through, Virgo, for you. Like maybe there's something where it's like something has become complicated. It's just how it's coming through. And it actually has to be unmade in some way. Interesting. I don't know. Maybe you have to withdraw from something. Okay, because it could also be like paying attention to your body as well, because the Mars energy is coming through very strongly in your reading today. Like, paying attention to your physical body and how you feel physically might have more information for you, and perhaps not, because it's kind of like your intuition may be coming through aspects of your body. Pay attention to pain as well, or discomfort in certain areas of your body. I don't know, there may be something about, like, I just keep hearing the word recoil. What's that word for, I don't know, it feels like a spring or tension is how it's coming through. Nightingale. Interesting. Okay, this card is about expressing something from the heart. There's this energy of the throat chakra and the heart coming through, the nightingale. Excuse me, as I was saying that. Maybe there's something that's a little bit difficult to express. Yeah, fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listeners to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. Okay. When in balance, sings, speaks freely with kindness. When out of balance, shy or lump in the throat. To bring into balance, music. Okay, so maybe there's some music that is helping you right now. I just found an album that I really like. It's by Goldford is the name of the artist, and the album is called Orange Blossoms. So, and I don't know, maybe there's a message in that album for you. Maybe, I don't know, there's something about music that I feel like is helping to unmake something. It's just how it's coming through. Like, I don't know what... It's kind of feeling like energy is like all tangled up somewhere in like the throat and the heart energy. It's like all tangled up. Like maybe there's something where it's like there's something that you're trying to express, but it can't be expressed in some way. And for some reason, the energy there is tangled is how it's coming through. And there's something about like, whenever I feel that way, or like if there's like something where it's like I feel like I can't express something, I literally just go into my car and I drive nowhere. Like I just drive around and I just sing as loud as I can to music that makes me happy. Maybe that's something that you want to do, or something that you want to try, where it's just like it doesn't matter what it is that you're singing or listening to. It's just about like expressing something with no judgment, with no like fear of judgment, or like care about who's listening or whatever. Like it could be something like that. I just feel like something needs to come out. Something needs to come out. Perhaps it's a bit emotional, Virgo. But it also, I feel like, is going to help with like untangling the energy in some way, because it's kind of like and now I'm getting this especially with the octopus, because the octopus is this the body of the octopus is it's not quite the right way of describing it, but formless. Like it doesn't have like structure, right? It's just like it's just squishy. But the hardest part of the octopus is its beak, right? The mouth. Which is interesting. And so even though if there's like a really small hole, as long as the beak can fit through, the octopus can fit through a really tiny hole. So there's something about like the throat chakra that's really important for you, like expressing something. There's something about like the mouth maybe that is, or like the beak, so to speak. Interesting. Is that your strength, or is that your weakness, Virgo? Or maybe we shouldn't use words like that. Maybe there's something like there's like energy tangled around the mouth around the mouth that's like preventing something from getting through, is how it's coming through. And so that needs to be unmade, right? It's almost like someone has like a covering, like energetically though. That's how it's feeling. Yeah, and that's what has to be unmade. The zebra. I love this card because the ear is perked, right? I actually feel like maybe that's someone else, Virgo. Okay, because this feels kind of like two energies, so just put yourself in whatever position feels right to you, but it almost feels like one is expressing something and the other is listening for it. That's how it's coming through. Perhaps there's a bit of a distance between these energies, like, and the swan at the bottom of the deck. This card talks about solo time, like spending time alone, reflecting on your creations and things like that. It's also a very healing energy. I'm very drawn to this broom for some reason. I feel like maybe you're finished this process, Virgo, or you're in the process of finishing something up where it's like maybe you're pulling something apart is how it's coming through, like unmaking it. And if it's something where it's like, if it's something like a relationship, for example, it's like this would be the process where you're sort of like dividing different things, right? Like you're dividing all your things, you're reclaiming what's yours, like that kind of thing. Yeah, something about the throat chakra is definitely needing to be like cleared out in some way. It says get out of your own head, though, so I feel like there's something here about like really listening to how your body feels and what would help it to feel better. Because it's kind of like it already knows how to feel better. You just have to get out of your own head and listen to it, is how it's coming through. Okay. The golden rose. Interesting. Okay, this one. That talks about like having a secret or knowing a secret. Honoring a secret. The secret, the altar, the gem. Okay, the outer petals represent the first 7 planets and operations, while the inner petals protect the revelations from unwelcome eyes. But what exactly resides at the center of the golden rose? Alchemy tells us it is a secret and is meant to be kept as such. The rose spirals both inward and outward simultaneously. It offers beauty to the onlooker while concealing its inner chambers. This is the complex nature of the golden rose. It challenges the alchemist to reorient their thinking, to devote their work to honoring the secret rather than attempting to become the master of it. Kneel at the altar of the unknown. Cherish the golden rose as it is a model of the self. More will be revealed. I just got like such an interesting message with that, Virgo. Maybe you're keeping a secret. That energy of having something covering your mouth is coming through as like, maybe you're keeping a secret for whatever reason. That's all I'm getting. But maybe there is something about the night, like, I don't know. Maybe it hasn't been time for something. It's like whatever it is, I feel like someone is listening for it, is how it's coming through. Like it's almost feeling like I don't know, like passing secret messages or something like that. Like, or something where it's like, because the zebra is one where it's kind of like I see this as a very mystical energy, like it's very mystical, the zebra, where it's like maybe there's sort of like spiritual communication coming through, that kind of energy. Maybe you're trying to sort of send a message to someone, like telepathically or spiritually or whatever word you want to put there, like in a way where it's like you can't express it with words. It's something that is just like felt, like it's kind of coming through like that. But it does feel kind of like you are protecting something. Or maybe it's just something where it's like it's too soon to speak about it. I feel like there's something here about like someone's waiting. I don't know if this is you or someone else, Virgo, but it's kind of like there's an energy here of like waiting perhaps for the right opportunity to say something. That's why there's sort of like this like energy, like it feels like coming, like throat and mouth are kind of like clamped down in some way. There's something about the bee that's coming through. Okay, you have blue temple. These cards came out as well. Mortification, Mercury, and sparks of light. I'm gonna keep them on the table, but I'll just leave them there. Okay, and you have lead at the bottom of the deck. This is the Saturn energy. It's like the beginning materials of whatever process you're in. I was also seeing like a clean slate or cleaning the slate, because that's how this mortification card is coming through as well with Mercury and sparks of light. Maybe your throat chakra is going through some sort of like cleansing is how it's coming through, or like you're cleaning it. There's something about messages that I feel like messages and communication is a really big theme for you, but I feel like there's also something here about like trying to make sure that the message is like really pure is the word that's coming through. It's like pure, or like unfiltered is also what's coming through. Like there's no filter over something, which is interesting, especially if you're speaking something. Sometimes you do want to filter what it is that you say, but I feel like there's something here about like wanting to, like, so it could have something to do with speaking truth or expressing something truthful. But I feel like, because the blue temple to me represents this sort of energy of like brainstorming. For some reason, I don't know, that might be part of this. I haven't read this description in a while, but maybe it's something where it's like you're kind of like thinking about how to do this, or like making plans is also what I get with the blue temple. Like you're at the beginning, you're and it's imagination, the imagination and expansiveness. You have entered a space of new depths and new possibilities. The inner eye opens and you become willing to see in a new way. To understand this card, one must study blue itself. It is the celestial color of the sky, the ocean, and the peacock's tail. Though potent, blue slips away. We are taken into the depths of mood, of tone, and of the rhythm of the blues. The eternal mystery of blue will only deepen as we study it, and this is precisely the point. Leave the cerebral behind. Cloak yourself in the sapphire robe and sit quietly in the vault of mysteries. Okay, that's the second card saying leave, like, get out of your head, right? There's because this is coming through with a bit of a Neptune energy for you, Virgo, which would be Pisces, which is your opposite, right? There's something here about getting out of your head and almost like letting yourself imagine. But blue is also throat chakra. Blue's also throat chakra, which is interesting. Okay, there may be something like this as well. Okay. Sorry. There's also something here about, like, imagine if you could just say anything that you wanted to say without any consequences. Because I feel like there's something that you just really need to get off your chest, but you haven't allowed yourself to like, say it or express it or whatever. For whatever reason. Maybe it's a secret. Maybe it's something that you can't tell anybody yet or something like that. And it's like, that example of like, whatever, I go to my car whenever I need to be like completely alone, and I go and drive somewhere. But it doesn't have to be that for you. Obviously, you can I feel like though there is something here, like, because that's how this energy is coming through, like, be in a place where you can be completely alone, Virgo, and allow yourself to just like explore something that maybe is a bit difficult to do. Like, it's kind of like to do or to say. That example of like just singing something or just saying something, it may be like, maybe there's an energy of like conflict, or maybe there's something where it's like, I don't know, that like, it could be melancholy with the blue energy that's coming through. Like, the Nightingale to me often talks about this energy of like, there's something that you desire. There's something that you desire, but it feels separate from you. It's like you don't have it yet, right? That's sort of what the Nightingale is coming through with. It's like you're singing for something, you're longing for something, but you can't say it. It's just how it's feeling for whatever reason. I don't know what that reason is. And I feel like there's something about like the throat chakra that like it needs to come out. It needs to be expressed in some way. And if it's like you can't do it in front of somebody else, maybe just try doing it like in like alone. Like if you're in the car, for example, and you just say it out loud, like that kind of thing. Sorry, I'm laughing because I just made a unintentional Twilight reference, but okay. Zebra and Nightingale, because I feel like there's something here about like just saying it out loud to yourself. Because there's something here almost like you have to hear it, right? You have to like listen to what it is that you're saying. That helps clear something. Because that's what the zebra is coming through with. If that's not another person, though I feel like it is. It's kind of coming through as being like, maybe you're trying to send a message to someone, but you don't know how to say it, or like you can't find the right words or something like that. And it's like, maybe you're overthinking some aspect of like, whatever. I don't know, Virgo. Maybe you're being very critical of yourself, which is typically a Virgo trait. Like, maybe there's just something about like, especially with the blue temple, it's coming through with this sort of brainstorming. Like, it doesn't matter if the ideas are good. It doesn't matter if this is like it doesn't have to be the perfect final copy or final draft of something. You just need to get it all out. Get all the ideas out. And from there, maybe refine. But I feel like there's something here about like, when you express this, when you say it out loud to yourself, it brings like clarity, because you can hear it. You can hear something, or you will be able to hear something about what's working and what's not, or what's like getting stuck and what's not, what's difficult to say and what's easy, right? Like there's something like that. If I'm really angry, I will go into my car and just start swearing. Like there's something like that for you, Virgo. Like things that I normally wouldn't say, right? Because I have a filter, like that kind of thing. And it's like, but when I'm alone, when there's no one there to hear me, I can just say whatever. And there's nothing sort of like holding me back. I feel like there's something like that needs to happen for you, Virgo. Like just like letting it all out and then being free of it. Anyways, the first card you have is this Wildfire Star card, which is another Leo card, right? The Mars and Leo energy is coming through here. But it's this energy of like, expressing desire is how it's coming through. That it's like, I feel like it's time to like let something go. In whatever way that is for you. It feels like in a very positive way. Like, because it kind of feels like maybe it's going to be time to, like, with that sort of, like, secret energy, Secret's not the quite the right word. It's not, I don't think that it's, well, maybe it is for you, I don't know. But it just feels like something where it's like no one else knows it except for you. Or no one else, like, I don't know. Maybe it's that. No one else has heard this except for you. It's almost coming through now, Virgo, is like maybe you have like a hidden talent or something like that. Like a secret talent or some sort of gift, because that's how this one is coming through as well. Like something that you're really good at, right? Like as an example, maybe you're a really good singer, but no one else has heard you sing. Maybe because of fear of judgment or something like that, or whatever, shyness or whatever it is, right? It's kind of coming through like that for you, Virgo. But it feels kind of vulnerable. Like there's something about, like if, for example, right, just the metaphor of like someone who's a very good singer, there's a vulnerability that's tied to that gift in whatever way. Like there's something about like it makes you feel vulnerable, or I don't know. Perhaps it causes you to overthink. Perhaps you don't see it as a strength when it is. Yeah, there's something about the bee. I said that before, but then I feel like, I don't know if I continued on with that train of thought. Like, a bee. A beehive. Fire, tribal fire, and earth. Yeah, that is a card about community, I think. Hold on. But with the beehive, maybe there is something about a community that is waiting to hear you sing, Virgo. Okay, the tribal fires are asking you to nurture our planet just as she nurtures you, to give selflessly to the mother just as she gives selflessly to you and to all her children. Gather your friends and your tribe in nature and give back. Nourish the earth's soil with compost and minerals. Plant seeds, pull weeds, feed the birds, thank the trees. Offer blessings and gratitude and love and appreciation. Our Mother Earth loves us so dearly. The more we replenish the earth, the more we replenish ourselves. Yeah, okay. I feel like there's something here where it's like, I feel like you're keeping something to yourself, Virgo. Like a gift of yours. It wants to come through a secret. I don't think you've shared this with anyone. 'Cause it's almost like I'm seeing layers of like energy, just sort of like, it's like these feathers here, just sort of like tangled up on top of something to like keep it secret. Because I feel like it's something where it's like you feel vulnerable about sharing it, maybe. And why is that? Because this card is saying it's like it's time to bring it out into the open. There may be something where it's like maybe there's a bit of fear of judgment or something like that. Okay, interesting. You have 3 fire cards. Fire, volcano, moon. That one is about, interesting, going inward. Okay, sometimes the fires that burn within us go awry and take on distortions. Your flames have shifted. Your inner fire has become destructive. If you do not tend to these fires immediately, the flames will consume you along with all that you hold sacred and burn everything you have worked so hard and so long to build to the ground. In order to see what has shifted and why, you must go within. You must sink deep within the place of discomfort, find the source of this distortion, and make peace with yourself before this inferno erupts and does irreparable harm. There is still time to shift. Be brave and go within. Okay. That's why, okay, so there may be something where it's like the destructive fire, because it's kind of coming through as being like, maybe there's something that you've been keeping to yourself, And maybe it has something to do with like conflict or something that you feel that you can't express for whatever reason. It's a secret, or it's like maybe I don't know, maybe it's not a secret, but it's just kind of feeling like there's something that you feel that you need to get off your chest, but you can't. And it's like, it's causing this sort of like, mask almost is how it's coming through. Like it feels like you're almost like blocking your own throat chakra by not expressing this, whatever it is. And it's like, it doesn't have to be something where it's like let's say it's a conflict, let's say it's an argument with someone. You don't have to necessarily go start a fight with someone in order to express how you're feeling, but it's that energy of like going to somewhere private, going to somewhere that like in your car or whatever, somewhere where you can be alone, where no one else can hear you, that kind of thing, and just saying whatever it is that you need to say to get it out of your system, right? To like say the thing that you feel you can't say in front of others or whatever, just to like clear it out. That's how it feels, because I feel like there's something here of like, if you continue to let it burn within you without expressing it outward, it's going to have a destructive effect. That's how it's feeling. And I feel like it's something also about like writing it out is not going to help. Usually it may help for some people, but I really feel that it has to be said, and like you have to hear it with your own ears as well. Like it has to be something where it's like you have to hear it. Okay. Land, mountain, and sun. This is a card about achievement. I feel like there's like some sort of significant challenge that you're overcoming, Virgo, that you have overcome or you are overcoming. But I feel like but you may be sort of like too tired to see it, is how it's coming through. Like, because it kind of feels like there's something about a situation that doesn't feel good. And so because it doesn't feel good, maybe you're doubting that if this is the right thing, but it's the right thing. It's going to feel a lot better once you get this off your chest. I feel like it's going to have unexpected sort of consequences for the better. It's going to clear some stuff up, is how it's coming through. Okay. So you have two cards, Inner Truth and Nourish the Shadow. I think this Inner Truth came out in the last Virgo reading. So I'm going to read the Nourish the Shadow because I feel like that maybe there's some sort of like shadow aspect that is happening with the throat chakra. The jaguar represents the shadow, the subconscious aspects of ourselves that we push away. Carl Jung says these aspects usually stem from situations we encountered as children that lead us to feel shame, unworthiness, and abandonment. We then live out these programmed beliefs as adults. Jaguar comes to speak to us about nourishing our shadow. In this image, we see her drinking from the well of wholeness. The well in this image, inspired by the Jungian analyst Marion Woodman, is our place of nourishment and absolute wholeness. Water is where all life comes from. Without it, we have no vitality. Many of us ignore and starve our shadow aspects because they cause us so much pain. We push them away and deeply criticize them. We chain our jaguar shadow and confine her to the furthest part of the backyard of our minds. She howls and cries for nourishment, yet we still ignore her. In her banishment, because of the lack of love, her power grows as the master of self-sabotage. Ironically, if you would begin a relationship with her, you'd find that she is your greatest asset and leads to fulfilling your life's purpose. Funny that we instinctively banish her. Jaguar's medicine asks you to create a self-talk relationship with yourself and to ride the wave of hurt within. Every time a painful feeling arises, you must now tell yourself, I'm right here to feel this with you. I accept this uncomfortable feeling and I will ride it out with you. I am here to feel this with you. If you do this, the emotion will always detox out and dissipate, leading to a much quicker healing. But you must be strong and endure the pain. Commit to riding the waves of emotion together within yourself. This is the nourishment your jaguar shadow requests. If you witness her, she will start showing you a new and indestructible power within. Your shadow is where your diamond lives. Yeah. Virgo, there's, it feels like there's something about the throat chakra that's like, that has a shadow aspect, which is like something where it's like, maybe you feel like whatever it is, there's something about like your expression, maybe with the inner truth. It's like expression of your truth, maybe something that you're working on, because it does feel like there's something that you're keeping hidden or secret for whatever reason, and it needs to come out. It's wanting to come out and be nourished, right? It's this sort of like, I don't want to use the word shadow because it feels like there's this energy of like shame that comes with that, or self-judgment, or negative energies that may be associated with that word, but it feels more like gem or gift or song. Your voice is wanting to come out, Virgo. So I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.